Good, that was recorded.
I hope so. My name is Crystal. I'm with marquee.org. Right here, basically what we're trying to do is get everybody out here, put them out there, give them what they wouldn't have in other chances. Basically, kind of putting everybody out there for people that wouldn't normally see you. We're going to start out by getting your names and what you do with the band. So we'll start with you, Chris.
Chris, I play guitar.
I'm Dave, I do the same.
I am Rick Wolf, and I play the microphone.
Louder. Louder. Can you guys get a little bit louder?
Do it again.
Alright.
Yeah, let's start. It's our second round of interviews for marquee.org. We're here with ATLHOG, basically Kansas City's premier metal band at the left hand of God. Can I start by getting you guys to tell me who you are?
Chris, I play guitar.
Dave, I do the same.
I'm Rick, and I play the microphone.
I'm Scott, and I drum.
I'm David, and I play bass.
It's great. Well, it's great to meet you guys. I'm really looking forward to the show. Really excited about it. I kind of want to start off with how you guys got together, basically.
Kind of like a local supergroup, I guess.
Sounds humble.
It does. Yeah. No, but like we all came from different bands from what we have now. Like before, it was me and Chris started, and Rick was in another band, Scotty was in another band, David was in another band. So we kind of just fallen together with all the.
It's been a while since that happened now.
Yeah. I guess
we've been this unit for like what, 3 years.
Well,
Pretty much the same story with every band ever. I was in a band called Behold the Alliance with this cat, and I actually started doing vocals for At the Left Hand of God, and we were, I was kind of playing double duty, and then I went over to just ATLHOG, and then he eventually came with me. We were in a band called Behold the Alliance, so we're kind of at the left hand of Behold the Alliance.
So are you guys comfortable with this? Is this where you want to be? Is this that mix?
No, I quit.
There's
There's
really no other mix, really. This is like At the Left Hand of God. Without one person in the band, it wouldn't be the same.
Be at the left hand of God.
I kind of wanted to point out how you two met. I heard a really cool story about how you two met, actually. And I would love to point that out. That's just classic.
Yeah. You want us to tell a story,
I don't even know if I know how you two met.
Alright, well, long time ago. Yeah, before we ever actually met each other, Mars Music was in Olathe, and we were in the store at the same time, and he was one bay over, and I couldn't really see him, he couldn't see me, but we were just jamming guitars together, never said a word to each other. Ends up, we started playing in a band together years later. It's kind of weird.
How'd you figure out it was you? Was it you that?
No, I knew it was him. Like you can tell his face. You can tell my face.
Okay, so the name. That's another interesting story. I like how you come up with the name, because a lot of people have the misconception that there's this whole religion behind it, the left hand of God. So let's go ahead and clear that up now.
Came straight out of a hat, literally. I was up for a knife and a gunfight, but we're not a punk rock band, so that didn't work out.
Yeah, it literally got pulled out of a hat. It has absolutely no meaning at all, really.
Besides what it means.
It doesn't mean anything except what it means.
Yeah.
It just means that no one else had that band name.
Spooky. And then Behemoth comes out with a goddamn song.
You know, I was going to say that when everybody Googles you, that's the first thing that comes up
Yeah,
is Behemoth at the left hand.
Which kind of helps us out a little bit.
Sometimes it helps us out.
We also get flamed because of it too. People are like, "Oh, this band is so generic and blah blah blah. Behemoth is so much better." And on our YouTube video of Anthem for Honor, well, there's a whole battle of people that are like sticking up for us, and then there's the people that are like, "No, these bands suck." Yeah. It's pretty funny.
We sucked when we ripped off our name from their song.
Yeah, which is funny because the band started calling itself At the Left Hand of God, I think a good year before that album with that song came out. It's ridiculous.
So you guys have got a lot of touring under your belt. I've noticed you've been with a lot of international acts. Now, it's one thing to be here in Kansas City, be in a garage, and be tight. It's a whole other story to be in the back of a fucking band. You know, assholes and elbows basically on tour.
Well, it wasn't a band to begin with. It was
yeah, we actually started in a Kia Sportage.
6 dudes in the Kia Sportage.
That was an old Kia Sportage, not the big ones that they have now. This is like
sardines.
Yeah, it was bad. And definitely some of the most uncomfortable times of my life were spent doing that.
I joined after that. Thankfully.
So did that obviously make you guys stronger then? I mean, because a lot of people can't make it through that. That's when you start like pushing each
I
other
think
in the
so.
face.
Probably makes you guys more
It's like,
aware of each other's
okay.
odors.
There was plenty of bullshit.
We had quite a few hardships on our second tour that we took a lot to get through, and I think
Took a
it
lot
made
of
us
money to get
stronger.
through that bullshit too, man.
Yeah.
Our van broke down
First
before
day.
we got to the first show of the tour.
Yeah.
And it was not good. We
The
had
whole
to
rest of the
cancel.
tour, we were driving in a van that was just
Driving with a
crapping
broken
out.
leg the whole time.
We got stuck in a parking garage.
Yeah, and our roof
That's
almost
the
caved
greatest
in.
story ever. We're going through this parking garage. and
Chicago.
The height limit is like 13 feet or no, it was like 10 feet.
We
or
cleared the first two
easily
floors.
clearable, right?
The first floor and a half.
And then,
after that, we
then we
started
start scraping a little bit, and it gets tighter and tighter as we go on. And there's like fucking 10 cars behind us because it's Chicago and everybody is there. So there's people honking at us, and we're stuck. You know, we can't go any further. The roof is collapsing, and I was having a panic attack. It wasn't good.
I remember that.
I was yelling at the dude that got out of his car and was yelling at us.
You had to put a wallet under your tongue. You're freaking out.
Speaking of yelling, how is that on your voice? Do you ever have issues with the way you
Um,
have to belt shit out?
It depends on the place. Like here, I'm usually fine because I can hear myself and there's a good sound system at the Riot Room. Other venues where you don't have a great sound system and you can't hear what you're doing, then yeah, at the end of the set, you're like, but I've been doing it for a while now, so it's not as bad as it used to be.
Dave, I'm actually curious because I noticed you're the booking agent, the general manager, and the press contact. Is that like chaos in general? I mean,
Yeah,
how
pretty
do you
much.
juggle all that
Just-
and still...
We're pretty. We don't just book all the time. We're pretty strategic with our shows, so I have to weed through some of the stuff that we don't want to do. So it makes it a little easier because it's not so much to do.
Play my birthday party.
When it comes to like booking the tours and stuff, that stuff is hell. And you know, you spend months doing stuff like that, and then when shit breaks down, it gets really depressing.
Especially not having a booking agent. or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's hard to get
And they
on the
try
road.
to pay us $20 to drive from Aurora to Chicago.
How does all of that affect your personal lives? I mean, does it put a strain on your relationships, or do you have a really good support system with your families, your wives and girlfriends and such? I mean,
Yeah, we all have a pretty good support system. I mean, it's
Just
not
married,
fun,
eh?
Yeah, nobody's married, but
It's not
we've
fun.
Some of
never-
us are pretty much married.
we've never been on the road for months at a time, so we've never had to really.
deal
deal
with
with that, yeah.
super
So-
bad.
Yeah, everyone's very
well, we'll
supportive.
get back to you for another interview on that one.
Yeah.
Most important thing I think we should talk about is our new CD we're working on.
Definitely, I hear you're preparing a new song tonight.
Yeah.
It make me want to punch somebody in the face.
We actually have 5 new songs tonight that are going to be on the album. We only play like 2 now that are on our previous album. So
Where can people find this? Where can
none of
they
it's
go?
recorded yet, so you have to come to a live
Drums
show.
are done.
Drums aren't done. We got one more song to
Well,
do.
whatever, they're pretty much
You
done.
do have merch that such to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
we-
just need to go to ATLHOG.com and we've got everything right there. You can PayPal it. It'll go to you wherever you are.
So
Yes.
your writing process, is it just one of you that comes up with the core riff, or do y'all just get in there and balls to the wall and just go at
Lately,
it, or?
we've all been kind of sharing the responsibility because of a fantastic program.
Most part, this guy right here.
Yes.
He's the genius.
He's a guitar pro with.
And he's
if
recording
anybody-
us and everything.
If anybody knows what that is.
But
that's
then
what
we
he
come
is.
in and tell him we don't like shit and change it.
Or your producer creates it, you caught that.
Yeah.
Screw your
Yeah.
guitar solos.
Yeah, we use a program called Guitar Pro, and it's really great. Keeps everything organized. It's a lot
We
better.
email it back and forth.
Yeah,
we
you
can
know.
actually have a song written before we've actually learned it.
Yeah, which sometimes is a good thing.
Yeah.
While we're on the writing process, this is going to be my final question actually. There is kind of a debate going on of the whole drug issue of writing, and you have so many badass songs that come from a drug influenced artist, and it seems like there's a mad debate on whether somebody sober can actually write and put a fucking hit out there. Do you?
I can't write if I'm on drugs. Can't do it. I get spacey. I don't do drugs really. So
Come on, dude.
Dave's more of a drinker. He doesn't really.
That's a drug,
do-
man.
That
was one of the worst ones.
So you go stone cold sober, go right.
I don't really get a whole lot of inspirato when I've been drinking. So it just comes to me during the day. I guess coffee. If you think coffee's a drug.
Oh, yeah,
Most
honestly,
people
personally,
count it.
I'm a musician myself, and I can smoke one, and I feel a lot more smooth to actually write. So I mean,
I
it's kind of
can-
what we're getting at is basically, you know.
I like a jam when I do stuff like that. Just get
Yeah,
out
when we
there.
smoke, we want to play like not metal.
That's true. I just smoke weed.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Not
actually
even
don't
all
do
of us
anything.
smoke. Rick doesn't
Yeah.
smoke or
Rick
drink.
hasn't.
I've never even been drunk or anything.
Totally straight edge.
But it's not like anything. It goes into the music. We all work together, and it's not really something that ever really comes up.
Yeah. So.
Not only that, but I mean,
Like that.
sometimes like our stuff can get pretty wild, and I don't think I could really do it if I was altered in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot of intricate chops. It's one of the things I noticed about you guys that stood out. There's a lot of shit out there that's so sloppy, and you guys are so well produced.
Thank you.
It's so well put together. It's really
Thank you.
fucking tight, as opposed to some of the other generic stuff you get in Kansas City. You guys really are the real deal. Look forward to the show tonight. I'm so fucking excited about it.
How'd you hear about us, if I may ask?
Yeah.
Actually, this man over here, Mr. Nick Evans, has pimped you guys like left and right. My daughter does want to know. She watched the video with me. She wants to know how hard is it for you to walk off the stage after headbanging that hard all fucking night playing that shit.
That's not hard at all.
You
The
ever
next,
get dizzy?
the next
the next day is when it's hard.
Yeah, the
When
next
you're
day
like,
we're all-
Except for me, I puked right off stage. I puked on
you
stage.
puked on your drums.
Yeah, you
That's metal right there.
On the
Drums
snare
are
to get
different
the-
though. I think drums and vocals are probably the most strenuous
Yeah,
things.
it's not. It's a workout afterwards.
'Cause I've done vocals
Not the-
before too, and I know that shit's brutal.
It's really more difficult on my brain playing the guitar, just making sure I do everything right. I'm a perfectionist, so if I miss one note, I can have a really bad night. And nobody knew, nobody heard it, but I'm kicking myself over it, and I'm just a freak.
You got to be on top of it because we're turkey metal with all the.
Only sometime. We focus
We
more on
groove.
writing good songs.
Yeah, we groove too.
We groove.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we gotta wrap it up because we only
Sure.
got so much time. So basically, Kansas City, if you want some balls to the wall, in your fucking face metal, come and check out At the Left Hand of God. Playfully known as ATLHOG, you will not fucking be disappointed. Come check them out and support the arts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we get the fun pictures. Oh yeah, push the white button again.